Dolls are creepy. We all know that. I think we can all agree on that. When you leave a creepy doll alone in a room for 24 hours, well, let's just say things can get pretty interesting. Hey, how's it going? It's me. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be doing the 24-hour haunted doll experiment. So last week, I went to an antique store and I found this creepy doll. The doll was $60, which was a bit pricey for an antique store. But I couldn't help but buy her. There was just something about the way she looked that really creeped me out. And so I came home with the doll, and I set up cameras around the room to monitor what would happen over the course of 24 hours. As the night went on, I noticed that some strange things happened on camera. Her eyes seemed to follow me around the room. She blinked at times and even made some strange facial expressions. And it wasn't until after reviewing the footage that I noticed some other strange details. Like, for example, here she seems to turn her head slightly to look off camera. Now, one thing I want to make clear is that every single shot in this video is 100% real. None of it was staged. I genuinely left a camera in a room with a doll and walked away for 24 hours. Now, there were no major paranormal events captured on camera, like moving objects or shaking beds. But there were some subtle things that I believe make this video worth watching. And if you don't believe me, then please let me prove it to you. So I am gonna edit in some of the stranger moments that happened over the course of the 24-hour period. For example, at one point I swear I saw her move her mouth. If you go back and watch the footage, I genuinely believe that she did. At one point as well, I caught her seemingly looking directly at the camera. And when I first saw that, I got goosebumps. Like, seriously, I'm not joking. When I saw that on the camera, I got goosebumps. Here's another moment where she appears to blink. And although it could just be a reflection or some sort of bug in the camera, I'm telling you right now, there was nothing obstructing the lens. It's just how the camera naturally looks when there's a light reflecting off of it. And also, did you notice the strange face she makes here? Like, what is that expression, and why is she making it? Okay, another odd moment comes here where she seems to look directly at the camera. And I'm gonna be honest, it genuinely creeps me out every time I see it. Okay, another strange moment here where she turns her head slightly and almost like gazes off into the distance. And it's these moments that truly creep me out because they are so subtle. You could easily just write them off as a camera error or some sort of trick of the light, which I guess you could do. But what if I told you that she also moved on camera? Yeah, there was one point in particular where I clearly see her move. Like, no doubt about it, she moves. So here's the footage that I'm talking about. And before I play it, I want you to keep in mind that the camera was recording in 108p and it's being displayed on a 4000 screen. So this is 200% real. And when I play this back, you will see that there is definitely movement. Now, one thing I want to mention is that this doll is very heavy. It's like rock solid and made of porcelain. When I picked it up, it felt like it weighed about 10 pounds. So this doll is definitely not hollow. Here it goes. So between the two frames, her hand moves. Like, I am 200% certain that her hand moves. And if you're wondering how much time has passed between these two shots, well, it's exactly one frame. So if you pause the video at the exact same place and screenshotted both of those images, it would appear to be exactly the same. But if you played it forward, you would see that there is most certainly movement. Now, I've seen people online try to pull off similar tricks where they use transparent PNG images and overlap them onto their videos. But I can tell you 100% that this is not how this was done. If you really want proof, then pause the video and take a screenshot. Then open that screenshot in Photoshop and click the marquee tool. Select the portion of the image that you want, copy and paste it into a new document, and delete the background. After that, simply repeat the process and bam, you have your result. And as you can see here, the doll's hand is clearly visible. Now, I understand that there are some skeptics out there who might try to disprove my findings, and that's fine. I encourage you to try and disprove it, because if anyone can find a logical explanation for what they are seeing here, then I will be happy to listen. As I continued to edit together the footage, I noticed that some other strange things happened. For example, at one point the doll appeared to move her mouth as if she was breathing, and then shortly after, her chest began to rise up and down slowly. And this was definitely not the result of me forgetting to turn off the fan. Because if you watch closely, you will see that the fabric around her neck is not moving, meaning it's not the result of air. And it was at this point that I began to feel extremely creeped out. Like genuinely, I was sitting in bed ready to sleep, but I couldn't because I kept replaying these clips over and over in my head. And yeah, I legitimately didn't get any sleep that night. I also noticed that at one point the doll seemed to move her eyes in a most unsettling manner. She rolled her eyes back slowly and then stared directly at the camera. I genuinely had to stop editing and take a break because I was getting scared. Another weird moment comes here where the doll appears to smile. It's just a quick movement, but I swear it's real. Now, I know these moments are hard to see, but I promise you that every single thing in this video is real. I didn't add anything through CGI or editing. If I did, it would have been really easy to just end the video there. But I continued to investigate further, and I noticed that throughout the entire 24 hours, the doll never once moved her lips while speaking, and it was that detail that led me to my final conclusion. You see, the doll is not haunted by a ghost. Instead, it's possessed by some sort of demon. Hear me out on this. A ghost is typically the spirit of a person who has passed away and is still lingering on Earth. However, this doll didn't display any sort of ghostly behavior like moving objects or shaking the bed. And instead, it displayed more sinister behavior like moving its mouth slightly and even appearing to blink. Now, there is one entity known for possessing dolls: demons. Typically, a demon will possess an object that has sentimental value, like a child's toy or an antique doll. And this doll fit the description perfectly. It had been nearly 100 years, and it was likely cherished by someone at one point. And here's another thing to consider. The doll's name is Emma. I didn't name her. That was the name the antique store owner gave me when he sold it to me. But coincidence or not, the name Emma is of Latin origin and means universal or whole. It's quite possible that the demon inside the doll took on the name of Emma as a way to identify itself. And if that's true, then the full story behind the doll could be uncovered if a proper exorcism was performed. However, I'm not brave enough to do that. Honestly, I'm just glad that the demon decided to possess a doll instead of me. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.